Stephanie. Welcome to my channel, Edible Thoughts Makes. We are in the last week of November 2020. Whew. Deep breath. This week, the kids are off school. It doesn't feel drastically different since we are doing full-time distance learning to begin with, so we're always at home. But without the school schedule, that part of the routine is kind of out the window. So it's kind of nice though. We're just relaxing. Everybody's doing their own thing, cleaning, more cleaning. The kids have been doing a lot of arts and crafts and coloring and basically whatever they feel like doing without always being set to a timer on when they have to be logged back on or be quiet or whatever the case may be. I have decided to do Vlogmas this year. You know, getting cozy, baking cookies. I would say kind of slowing down for the season, but since we have been in a pandemic, I feel like things have kind of forced to be slower in a lot of ways. Sorry, interruptions are just part of daily life here. I did tell the kids this morning though that if mommy says she needs 5 minutes to herself, you are welcome to set me a timer, but you have to respect that 5 minutes and not need me for something. I mean, unless it's an emergency, of course, but just give me 5 minutes. Otherwise, mommy's gonna be very cranky and nobody likes cranky mommy. Yeah. Anyway, I don't remember what I was talking about. Oh, Vlogmas. So basically, I'm going to do it weekly. So I'm going to start with this week. So by the time you see this, it will probably be November 29th or December 1st. My plan is to start filming that Sunday, go through the week, and then have it uploaded, edited, ready to publish by the following Sunday. So that's kind of the plan. We'll see how it goes. Some may be shorter or longer. My aim is around 20 to 30 minutes maybe. I feel like much longer than that. The editing just kind of drags out, and then the uploading and everything just takes longer. So my aim is for about 30 minutes. And since I'm compiling throughout the week, there shouldn't be a lot of editing to have to do at the end of the week if I've been slowly kind of putting it together during the week. So we'll see how it goes. But yeah, I'm excited to do Vlogmas this year. I haven't done it in the past. I mean, granted, this channel is only a year old, so I wouldn't have attempted it last year. But also, we usually have a lot of family over, or we usually travel for part of the holidays to see family, and we're not doing any of that this year during the pandemic. In hopes of keeping not only ourselves safe, our families safe, and those that we don't even know safe. So yeah, I'm hoping to share a little bit of cozy with you. If you are having to spend the holidays maybe by yourself this year, I'm hoping to keep you some company. We're all missing our dear family and friends, and yeah, just trying to take it one day at a time and making the most of it. Grab a beverage, and I'll see you a little bit. The sun is starting to go down, although I feel like the sun never really came up today, so it's really hard to tell what time it is. Time already passes in a strange way these days, and when the sun doesn't come out and it starts out dark, and it's dark all day, and then it only gets darker at the end of the day. Anyway, we made some dough for molasses cookies to bake. And the benefit of it being chilly outside is that I can put the cookie dough outside to chill when I don't have like a good space for it in the refrigerator if I want to keep it in the mixing bowl. I feel like a mixing bowl is so big that unless I transfer it into another container to then put it in the fridge, it doesn't really fit. And then if I have to transfer it into another container, then that means I have to wash another item. So in the winter, or I guess for some people it's still fall, but it feels like winter here. Anyway, I just cover it and put it outside and keep an eye on it so that the squirrels hopefully aren't getting it. So we'll be baking some cookies shortly. Oh, I hear someone crying. So I'll talk to you later. So the sun is setting, or has set, well, setting, and I wanted to hop on here to tell you the cookies are so good. If I remember to, I will share the recipe that I use down below. They're kind of ginger molasses cookies. I couldn't find every spice that I needed, so I just used pumpkin pie spice, which is the majority of the spices that I would need in like a ginger cookie or molasses cookie anyway. I think it's like cinnamon. So sorry about that. Interruptions, they happen. The sun has completely set now, so it's super dark outside, but I wanted to get back on here and show you a project bag that I made recently. Isn't it so much fun? I wanted something kind of Christmassy, wintry, cozy. I used this olive linen material that I had. I was going to make a skirt with it, but honestly, maybe I would use a project bag more than a skirt at this time. So anyway, so I used that same fabric for the bottom and for the drawstring channel and for the inside. And I have my D-ring here for project markers, stitch markers, and I have some yarn in here that I am going to make a pair of Christmas themed high desert socks. I've made a lot of kids ones. I made one into a pair of leg warmers, but yes, these ones will be socks. So I have this kind of a beautiful rusty red orange color. And this is by Earl Grey Fiber Co. It's a one-of-a-kind color. That'll be my main color. And then my contrast color, I have this beautiful tonal emerald green. It's gonna be hard to see because it's so dark and I've got the light on. So this is a remaining mini that I used in another project. And that's by the Kinetic Knitter. And then I have this one, which is remaining from a full skein. This is by Onyx Fiber, and I believe it's coffee grounds or ground coffee, something like that. But I really like it because it's this cream color and it has speckles of brown and kind of orangey colors in it. I'm not sure it's showing up very well here. And then I wasn't sure if I would have enough of those contrast colors, so I might have to get creative with it, but then I have this Malabrigo dark brown that I can use as well if I need it. So I am so excited about these. I cannot wait to cast them on. what I think I'm going to do is try to do them 2 concurrently again. So I need to split my main yarn into 2 cakes. And then because this is a fingering weight held double sock, I need to make the second one a cake, not a ball, so that I can pull from the center and from the outside simultaneously, so that I don't have to make 4 different ones in order to pull 2 from the main color at the same time. So I look forward to sharing with you progress on that project over these next several vlogs. Thursday, November 26th, and today is American Thanksgiving. Typically on this day, a lot of families get together. There's a lot of food. For some, there's football. For some, there's watching the Macy's Day Parade. A lot of people have their different traditions on this day. And since we are in the midst of a global pandemic, our household is just celebrating with the 4 of us. So it's a lot quieter around here, but we are thankful for so much. The news did say there are millions of people still traveling this Thanksgiving, either through the airports or by road. We are choosing to stay safe in our home, and in that way keeping others safe as well. And yeah, that is what's going on here. So I've been up for about 3 or so hours now, maybe more than that, and just putting away dishes that were drying overnight. And we do have a 12-pound turkey that we had bought earlier in anticipation of celebrating with at least some family. Sorry about that. So what was I talking about? The turkey? Oh yes, so we went with a smoked turkey this year, so it's already fully cooked. You still put it in the oven for a few hours. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. And then I started a cranberry sauce this morning too, because you do want it chilled before you serve it if you want it more of that like gelatiny type of consistency. And I had some frozen, fresh frozen cranberries, whole cranberries from before. I'm not sure actually when I bought them, but they look fine. And so I put them in with a 1-to-1 ratio of water to sugar. And then I think I only had about like 1 heaping cupful of the frozen cranberries. So then I added in some dark sweet cherries as well that I had frozen and had been de-pitted already. So I added maybe about 1.5 or 2 cups of the cherries and let it simmer, bring it to a boil, let it simmer down until it was thicker, and then let it cool before I put it in a container to put in the refrigerator. And I have to say, it's really good. Oh, and then I added a splash of Honeycrisp apple cider as well. I think I like it better than the straight cranberry sauce, so I'm really excited about that. Turkey's about to go in the oven. What else? We'll do potatoes and parsnips. We'll probably roast parsnips and carrots together. And one of the daughters requested green chili cornbread, so we'll make that as well. So we're making a lot of the different foods, but just in smaller quantities. So today is Friday. The day is actually almost over. Well, it's not almost over, but the sun is starting to set. I meant to get on here earlier this morning, but it was just kind of a lot trying to get the kids to finish their breakfast and get all their winter gear on and to head out the door. The sun is just shining straight through the trees right now, right into my face. Anyway, this morning we went out to a tree farm that we have been going to for several years. That's about like maybe 30 miles from our home. And it is a family-owned tree farm, not my family, but somebody's family owned tree farm. And we go there and we look for our perfect Christmas tree. Some years we find it right away, and other years it takes us quite some time to find the one that we want. We usually go for one that has shorter needles because we find that it lasts longer than the trees with longer needles, and we like to have our tree up for as long as possible. So we did find our tree, so that was really fun, and it smells really good in the house. I love the smell of pine, and we usually let it kind of dry out or air out for a couple of days before we start putting on decorations and lights and things like that. So today is Friday and we will get to decorating on Sunday, which is really, really nice. We actually had sun today, so as you can see, it's sunny, even though the sun is setting. We haven't had a good sunshine in a little while, and it just felt really, really nice. We had some boba in the afternoon, we had leftovers, and yeah, it's been a really good day. I wanted to share with you something fun that came in and something that's finished. Can you see these socks? So I made these for our 7-year-old. I used a sparkly gold mini for the cuff, and the remaining yarn is Apple of My Eye by Scrumptious Pearl that I had left from a pair of socks I made for myself. And then I had this contrast green. It's a beautiful tonal green that I used in another pair of socks that I had knit. And then I ended the toe with the sparkly gold. And these sock blockers are absolutely perfect. These are the child size ones, and they have hearts on them, and I love, love, love them. They are so beautiful. I'll take one of the socks off so you can see. There's hearts all throughout, which also allows for a lot of airflow when you are blocking the socks for them to dry. But they give such a perfect shape, and these fit really, really well. So these are for our 7-year-old, and she has pretty narrow feet. But yeah, shoe size is probably like US 13 or like little kid 1, so somewhere in between there, if that kind of gives you an idea if you're looking for child size sock blockers. A disclaimer I've made before, you do not need sock blockers in order to knit socks. I find it evens out the tension of the stitches after a good soak, and then I lay it flat on a towel, roll up the towel to squeeze out the excess water, and then I place the sock on blockers for them to dry. It gives them a nice shape, and just evens out any like wonky tension in the socks. I don't always block them in the future. Sometimes I do just for fun. Otherwise, in the future, usually I do the same hand wash method. Put a whole bunch of them on the towel because I'll wash a bunch at once. Roll it up, squeeze out the water, and then I'll just hang them up. You know those clippy hangers? I'll just clip them up to dry that way. And yes, you end up with a little dent on them, but who really cares? You wear the socks on your feet. So anyway, so that's really exciting. And the other thing I wanted to share with you are the Christmas themed high desert socks that I was making. And they're in this project bag that you might remember me showing you earlier, but the lighting probably was pretty awful. But I'm so excited about these. So again, here's the main color. You might be able to see it better. Actually, maybe not, because now the sun's setting again. The cuff is in this dark brown with this rusty red-orange brown. And then I have a contrast color that I added in the jewel tone green, and then this cream speckly color here. I really like them. They are so squishy and beautiful. And like I said, I was going to knit 2 concurrently. So this one has a little bit of catching up to do. I had this one and these in the car when we were going to the tree farm. So isn't that so fun? Oh, I love these. So yeah, I think that is it for today. We're just kind of taking it easy. The kids probably have some games they want to play. Maybe we'll find a movie to watch or something like that. But hope you had a wonderful day, and I'll check in with you later. Bye. So at the end of the summer, or maybe in the fall, I had purchased these wooden Advent trees. And of course, I have one for each child because I'm trying to minimize potential fighting here. I also thought of maybe just having one for both of them and then one for me and my husband. We'll see how we feel later. But the plan was to decorate each square and number them. And of course that didn't happen. And now we are at the end of November and I need to get it done. So I dug out some old acrylic craft paints that I have in this like shimmery red. Then I have this shimmery green. This one I might need to shake up really well. It looks like it's separated earlier. There's this pretty blue, and then a lighter golden shimmery green. So I haven't decided if I'm going to actually like paint a scene on each one or just do like simple polka dots and stripes, and then once that dries, use Sharpie, black Sharpie, to write on the numbers. So we'll see how far I get and what I feel inspired to do. So stay tuned for this project. Here's a little progress sneak peek at what I have done so far. I decided to make it into a landscape instead of doing individual paintings on each square. So I've got a snowy hill into a blue purple sky, and I'm probably gonna put in some like poking out grasses or something, and then like trees and maybe some stars. So that's the first one. Oh, and then some of the craft paints that I had were totally no good, so I had to toss them. So I just pulled out some of my other paints that I have. some other acrylic paints. But yeah, I'm excited by how it's going. All right, I have now finished the second tree's first layer. I decided just to do them the same, but kind of mirror imaged. So I'm gonna let these dry, and then I will add in some of the greenery and the stars. I'm thinking maybe I'll write the numbers on the knobs. The knobs might be a little bit small, but I think if I used a fine point Sharpie, I should be able to write the numbers on there, okay? So the Advent trees are all complete. I had thought about putting Mod Podge on top, Mod Podge, for a glossy finish, but then I thought I would have to kind of do all of it, and I didn't really want to do that. And then instead of stars, it's more snow falling. And then I wrote the numbers on top of the balls using a fine tipped Sharpie. Most of the numbers came out okay. There were a couple that had a little kind of blip on them, but can't really change that. But most of them came out really nice. I am really happy with how they turned out. And now I will be filling each box with a little note, or maybe a little chocolate or a hair clip or something fun like that for the girls to find. They are all numbered 1 through 24. And I can't wait for them to see it. They haven't seen it yet. It is a surprise. So very excited for that. Hello. The light on this beautiful Saturday is fading fast. We've had a wonderful day. So many Zoom video FaceTime calls this weekend with dear friends and family. We did a lot of like last minute gift packaging up today. I guess it's not really last minute since it's not even December yet, but because we've been trying to get everything out earlier than later, it feels kind of like it's last minute. But yeah, just getting cards and stuff ready and all of those things done. And I had to finish up something real quick before December 1st. I should have inserted some footage of that already. But yeah, just wanted to check back in to say hello, and we'll be wrapping up this compilation of videos today, and then I'll start fresh tomorrow, Sunday. But yeah, so I'm planning on publishing the week prior's video on Sunday, and then start recording Sunday for the next set of videos. But I hope you have been doing really well, and I hope you are taking care of yourself and staying healthy and being safe, and I will talk to you later. Take care. Bye-bye.